last night, but down below you see a lot of blue, a lot of red for Jayhawks fans, also a lot of crimson and gold for Iowa State fans. Even though they lost to BYU, they are still hanging out. In fact, I talked to one family who drove here from Des Moines. They said they're going to stay and make the most of their trip and enjoy what Kansas City has to offer. So if you can hear the music behind me, that's actually the Arizona State pep rally taking place behind me, sporting some kind of Where's Waldo outfits. They're getting ready, of course, for that quarterfinal game coming up tonight with KU. Not to worry, it's not just all about Arizona State here. KU is having its own pep rally that starts at 5:30 tonight. So those two teams, again, as I said, are going to be facing off in that quarterfinal matchup. They have the late game playing at 10:30 tonight. So take a look at your screen right now. Here's what the updated bracket will look like. Earlier today, as I mentioned, Iowa State lost to BYU. It was a close game, but in the end, they just couldn't pull it off. A lot of disappointed Cyclone fans here. I have one at home, a big Iowa State fan in my household. The #1 seed Houston beat Colorado. Baylor and Texas Tech tipping off at 6 p.m., followed by that game, KU and Arizona. Now, this year's tournament, keep in mind, will be one of the last ones in Missouri without sports betting. KSHB 41 News reporter Todd Palmer is live at FanFest. And Todd, we know you talked to some out-of-town fans who were surprised they couldn't gamble on the games, right?
That's right, Caitlin. Missouri voters legalized sports gambling last November, but it hasn't gone live quite yet. And that has left some unsuspecting out-of-town fans learning a hard lesson about life on a state line.
That's crazy how it's split between the two.
From Tucson, Arizona, the Abada family can be counted on to follow their Wildcats.
As long as U of A is playing, we're here.
They're enjoying Kansas City.
I think it's pretty clean, pretty fun. You know, it seems like there's a lot to do. District over here in the corner seems like pretty interesting.
Not being able to wager on games in Missouri is the Abada family's only complaint.
Checked into the hotel and looking at apps and found that out pretty quickly.
Realized that we had to take some scooters and cross the state line over the freeway just so we can do our betting.
It's a 2.5-mile round trip to Kansas where sports gambling is legal, and you can bet the Abadas made the trek.
Every day we've been going over there in the mornings before all the games.
So this is probably the third or fourth time we've gone.
Yeah, third or fourth time we've gone over there, and we have 4 games throughout the day. So I mean, it's kind of a hassle having to go back and forth.
Devin and Jaden say it's worth it.
I mean, we're 0-2 right now, so I mean, not yet, hasn't paid off yet, but hopefully today, fingers crossed.
They weren't the only Big 12 fans scrolling through gambling apps and frustrated by Missouri's betting laws.
It is terrible. We got here, we're like, are you kidding me?
We will be in Kansas next year. We will be getting our Airbnb in Kansas.
But that won't be needed. This will be the last Big 12 tournament with sports gambling outlawed in Missouri.
So next year when we come back, we will be able to use DraftKings and FanDuel and all that good stuff.
Next year, all Big 12 fans will have that chance. So the Missouri Gaming Commission had planned to roll out sports gambling by the end of June, but new Secretary of State Denny Hoskins made a decision that's going to delay that timeline a few months. Still, the state law requires that sports gambling be operational in Missouri by December 1st, 2025, which is in plenty of time for next year's Big 12 tournament. Outside the T-Mobile Center, I'm Todd Palmer, KSHB 41 News.
All right, thank you, Todd. By the way, I want to point something out behind me here. So we're on the balcony above the main floor. On the opposite balcony, you see lots of teams being represented here. And this space is doing a really great job of catering to different teams, including Texas Tech. You're going to see more fans here wearing Texas Tech. They actually had a little pep rally earlier this afternoon. And the reason why you're seeing more of that here is thanks to none other than Patrick Mahomes. Coming up at 6, Lily O'Shea Becker is exploring the unique relationship between Kansas City and Lubbock, Texas. So again, as you come back out here live, we couldn't ask for better weather. My photographer and I, we were chatting. Sometimes it feels like it's 90 out here this time of year. Sometimes it's 1 degree. I'm glad that it's the former. It's a little bit warmer. A perfect night to get together and watch some basketball, Sarah.
Absolutely perfect. I'm so jealous that you get to be outside. So thank you for that. All right, a new scholarship program that just expanded